Hello and welcome. In this session, we are going to look at general account settings and user roles. General account settings can be found here under Configuration, People, and Account Settings. Say the anonymous users, even if you can change to public, general public, or some other title if you want. Administrator is the person who can do anything on the site. Only give permission, administrative permission, to someone who is really responsible and knows what they are doing. Do not give administrator role to any non-technical person. If you give administrator privilege to someone other than a technical person, the chance of accidentally doing something on the site is great. So it's not worth the risk. The next is registration cancellation. At the moment I'm selected visitors can register, but the administrator approval is required. That is a middle of the road position. If visitors can create their own account, that is too open. And the top one is administrators only. That may be a bit too limited, too restrictive. Then the next is email verification. It's a good idea to have emails so that we can contact people. Then the next is when canceling, what you have to do. As soon as you put the site on online, there are many people coming to your site, and some members may not behave nicely. So in that situation, you may have to disable their account. They may have already contents created, so you have to allocate that content to somebody else. So disabling the content but keeping the content is a good idea. Next is the email notification. This is administrative emails. Notification of email address, and there must be always somebody available to respond to email messages coming to your site. And what you see here on this side is, on the bottom is all the emails, different email formatting on different occasions. The important ones are account activation. You can modify this text if you like, and password recovery. These are the two important ones. So change any way you like. When it is done, save configuration. In a previous session, we discussed about the administrator, main administrator, the importance of it, and we need to make another administrator for everyday purpose. And we also talked about different various user role type for our organization. Depending on the size and complexity of the organization, you may have to delegate editing and management of different contents, different areas of the organization. This is where user roles comes in. And you create a role and add users to that role. For example, Drupal SiteMe is a training organization. So let us create two user roles. One is trainers who can create courses and edit courses, and the trainer manager who can actually approve the courses and or delete the course, as a supervisory position, so to speak. Okay, let's do that. Let us look at what is there at the moment. Go to people and the list. These are the different users at the moment, and these are different roles. At the moment there's only administrator roles, and this is what's called Clara and James are authenticated users. Under permissions, these are the different roles, and these are the different permissions on the site. So let us create a role. The role is over here. So at the moment there are 3 roles. We can add a role. So our role, one of our role is what's called trainers. Trainers, that's it. It's as simple as that. Trainers, just save. So we created a trainer role. We create another role called trainer manager. Trainer manager, save. So we have these 2 roles created. So we need to give permissions to this. So if you look under permissions, you can see that we have these 2 new roles and all these permission levels. We are not created content yet, but when we create content, you can see whether the content can be added, deleted, or removed by the trainer or trainer manager. You can control all that over here on this side. So that is how we create user roles. So after creating these 2 user roles, we can allocate these roles to some users. So when you go to our list, you can see quite a few people. Some of them are administrators, some of them, these 2, Clara and James here, are authenticated users. So if you click on, say if I want to give a trainer role to James, click on James. This is James' profile. Go and edit. Here you can give him a role. At the moment he is an authenticated user, and you can give him a trainer role or trainer manager role. So let's give him, say, trainer. Save. It says password didn't match. We didn't put the password. Let's put that. I'm using simple password. Save. Changes have been saved. Go back to people and James. So he is not only an authenticator user. Everybody here is an authenticator user, by the way. And he is a trainer. And James is now has a trainer role. So that is how you create user roles and allocate roles to some users. Going back to the site, at the moment I logged in as Drupal2 man, who is an administrator. That is why I see this menu. If you don't see this menu, just click here. So it will come back like that. Let me see what an authenticator user sees. So I log out. I log back in as James, who is an authenticated user. James, password, enter. So James is an authenticated user, but there is no administrative menu over here. So that is what James see. Log out. Let me log back in as an administrator. I'm an administrator logging in. And one of the things we need to do is we need to Drupal. This is the first user 1. For security purpose, it's a good idea to block it. In order to block it, you go edit and you put your password and say block and save. But at the moment, I'm not doing that for this training session. Back to your site. Let me log out of here. So I'm logged out. At any time, if you didn't see a login link or a screen, one of the way to get in there is on your site name. Just type user and enter. You'll get to login screen. That is another way you can get into login screen. Just type user. In this session, we looked at the common account settings and also how to create different user roles. In the next session, we'll be looking more into user management. Okay, thank you for watching.